The Veg Coach.
Hi everyone, Ellen Jaffe Jones, and today I want to share with you my top 5 lessons learned from being vegan for 40 plus years. That's right, Mom and both sisters had breast cancer all my life. Since my aunt died of breast cancer in our home when I was 5, I've been trying to figure out how do I avoid this. And with the growing interest in a plant-based lifestyle, I want to share with you some of the things that I have learned from my long-term commitment to a vegan lifestyle. I want to offer you a personal reflection on what it's been like to experience being vegan for all of this time, and maybe give you some ideas on what you can expect if you stick your toe in the water and maybe do it for a long period of time, because it's been a great ride. My number one lesson learned from being vegan for more than 40 years is you will get enough. You'll get enough protein. You'll get enough energy. You'll get enough freedom to do the kinds of things you want to do and not harm animals, the planet, the environment, and you may experience an improved sense of well-being and health. So often we are told in our culture, oh, you're not going to get enough protein. That's the number one question that vegans still get. Where do you get your protein? We get protein from everything. And I always go back to the question, have you been to the protein deficiency ward of your hospital lately? Do you know anybody who's actually died or even been diagnosed medically with a protein deficiency? It generally doesn't happen in cultures where we eat a fairly diverse diet. Don't be concerned about that. Trust me, I've never had a protein deficiency, and you won't either. And of course, energy. Sometimes you'll hear these myths that are out there. I mean, there's so many of them that have been put out there, mainly by the meat and dairy industry. But the big one, aside from protein deficiency, is energy deficiency. I'm going to be in a comatose state. Just yesterday, I placed in my 291st 5K or longer race for my age group since 2006, just on plants. 2006 was when I started actually keeping track of the number of races that I was doing. Don't let anybody tell you differently. You will get enough energy to do whatever it is you want to do. The second lesson that I've learned going vegan all these many years, 40 plus now, is that you will have benefits that you can't even imagine, like health, compassion, awareness of how everything is connected in the environment. I often say you can't call yourself an environmentalist unless you're out there observing what plants and animals need from us, which is basically benign neglect. It's just one of my favorite phrases, benign neglect. We don't need to interfere with the way the ecosystem and nature has already set up things so perfectly. I always say when I give my talks, what did Mother Nature intend? What did our ancestors really do? And when you look at it, it wasn't like a wild boar was running through our backyard 3 times a day and we could catch it successfully and not get sick and die from eating it. It really was, while the men were out chasing these elusive animals that maybe they caught once or twice a month, the women were back home tending the nest, watching the kids, and foraging for berries and greens and nuts and seeds. When you really look at this from a logical perspective, being vegan, being plant-based just makes so much sense. And you will all of a sudden understand how our planet is so interconnected, and we all need the biodiversity and as many animals being in more than survival mode. I mean, the extinction, you can Google this. There's even a book written, the 6th mass extinction. It's important that we hang on to what we've got, and so many species have gone extinct because of human behavior. Once you connect into this awareness, all of a sudden dots will start connecting to each other, and you'll go like, why didn't I go vegan so much sooner? My third top lesson that I have gained in being vegan for more than 40 years is a sense of compassion that I never anticipated. And you might find this too. So many people go vegan for their health, and then once they start watching animal awareness movies like oh, I don't know, Cowspiracy, Earthlings. I mean, there's so many of them. You can just Google top 10 animal rights movies. And then you realize how animals are treated so that they can end up on our plates 3 times a day. And it's like, wow, why would I pay somebody else to do something that I myself am not prepared to do to an animal so that I can eat it? And that really is the bottom line, this sense of compassion that we are all connected. We all, in some form, and when I say all, meaning all animals, humans and non-humans alike, we all have this connection to each other. Maybe there's not an awareness like we have on a human capacity, but there is an awareness of pain. They know that fish are very intelligent and hunt in groups and do experience pain. As we improve our technology, we also improve what we know about how animals respond and how we are so interconnected. This whole line about why would you not eat a dog or a cat, but you would eat some other animal like a pig, which arguably has a higher IQ. Not that that should make a difference in a sentient being. It certainly doesn't. But some people think this way, that certain animals are maybe better to kill than not kill. But to a vegan, once you connect into this lifestyle, why would you love one and eat another? It doesn't make sense. The 4th life lesson that I have learned from being vegan more than 40 years is you will connect with a whole new world that you never even knew was out there. And social media has certainly made us connect in different groups and pages, and I have started a vegan runners page, and it's very popular. And just yesterday I posted who ran an unturkey trot like I did. You got veteran grandmasters wearing my vegan headband. You know, these are the kinds of things that will happen to you possibly if you become as passionate about it. Because what you learn is that there's no money in broccoli, as I wrote in my first book. And one of the things too is that you don't imagine what is going to pop into your head. And I was dreaming about writing this book as I realized how incredibly cheap it is to eat vegan all these years. And I was thinking, how can we get more people to go vegan? And finding a way through the wallet, the pocketbook, is certainly a way of showing how easy and really in today's world when food prices are so much higher, and this still applies, you can still eat on a $4 a day budget if you know what to buy. You connect with this whole new world, and once I wrote my first book, I put that dream into motion. My publisher said, well, the book's so popular, why don't we just keep writing more books? And I got to travel all over the world talking to people about how a vegan lifestyle is so important and can benefit your health, the animals, of course, and the planet. And if you would have told me 20 years ago I was going to be doing this, I would have said, you are completely nuts. Just remember there are endless possibilities, endless ways you can connect with people on meetups and different social groups in your area. The Veg Fest, of course, you go to those and you meet like-minded souls. There's this whole new world out there, and you will hear from people all over the world if you plug yourself into the various different social media sites where whatever your interest is, saving money, traveling, there are just so many different splinter groups that go beyond just the topic of vegan. But they're all out there, and certainly I'm available to answer any questions you might have if you were just beginning on this journey, or maybe you've been on it a long time. So feel free to drop in the comments what your challenges have been, or maybe what your big fear is about going vegan. And finally, the 5th life lesson that I have learned being vegan for more than 40 years is you will get flack. Trust me, I was the black sheep in my family. I was called a health food nut, and I gladly embraced it and then brought beautiful rainbow-colored salads to every family event I went to. And they still all thought I was crazy. But the thing is, you have to tune out the noise and just find whatever phrase you want to say, like, my doctor has told me I need to eat this way, or I'm doing this on doctor's orders, whatever line you want to use. Or you can just be straight out forward and say, I want to do the best things for my health, the planet, and the animals. Just understand that you will get opposition, and that's okay, because none of us, well, there are increasing numbers now who were born vegan, but most of us were not born vegan. We all had our epiphany. We all had some moment where we went, oh my gosh, I could have done this years ago. I wish I had done this years ago. Because here's the thing. This is the one thing you can do to not only help your health, but help the planet. And the United Nations, numerous times, and its increasing alarm about human-caused global warming as the result of animal agriculture. The UN has said the number one thing we can do to reduce our carbon footprint, to decrease global warming, is to give up animal agriculture. That means 3 times a day we get to vote with our wallet and our hearts, and I really encourage you to go this way. And if you have, please share and subscribe, share comments in the comments below about any tips that you have had on your health and wellness journey. There is so much interest now in a plant-based diet because there are people like me who've been running around, and when I get veteran grandmasters at a race like I did yesterday, that's the number 1 slot in the 70 to 79 year age group at a turkey trot at a race where there are 500 people, they're all looking at me and going, wait, what? She's vegan and she did this? You betcha. And all this started because somebody saw me at a race years ago and said, oh, you can't run on a vegan diet. So, the little third daughter rebel in me said, we're going to show the world. And so if you have challenges like this, if you've tried to go vegan, you've gotten flack from your family or opposition from your friends, there are many ways we can overcome this, but drop that in the comments below, because I think that people do want to connect with each other and understand that you're not alone when you go on this journey, because sometimes it can definitely feel that way. Again, please do like and subscribe, and when you do subscribe and when you share this, you will also get more ideas and more videos from me about how I have been doing this whole health and wellness thing on a vegan diet. All right, everyone, thanks for watching so much, and we'll see you in the next one. Gotta run.